Good morning, class. Today I will continue line wise explanation of the chapter 6, 100 days a second. A deep silence met reading of this letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them, and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. After reading the letter by Miss Mason, the whole class was silent, and Miss Mason took off her glasses, spectacles, and washed the spectacle with her soft white handkerchief. And she was also looking very sad, unhappy, and silent. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. After washing her glasses, Miss Mason again looked at the towards the students of room number 13. When she spoke, her voice was very low. When she was speaking, her voice was very slow because she was a bit serious and sad. I am sure that none of the boys and girls in room number 13 would purposely and deliberately both means knowingly, जानबूझकर, hurt anyone's feeling. Miss Mason said to the students of room number 13 कि whatever you have done, you all have done unknowingly, and knowingly, deliberately, no students had hurted the feeling of anyone's, because his or her name happened to be long, unfamiliar one. Miss Mason said that I know it well. You all have done it unknowingly, because no students of room number 13 would make fun of her, would laugh at someone's over his or her name was longer. Then she said, I prefer to think that what was said in thoughtlessness. At last Miss Mason said, what was said, then it was said. But I know it well that any students who had said this, he had done it thoughtlessness. It means without thinking he or she had done it. I know that all of you feel the way I do. Here Miss Mason want to say, as I am feeling. How the Miss Mason was feeling? She was feeling very sad for whatever happened in the class, and she urged to the students of room number 13 that you all also have to feel like she was feeling, that this is very unfortunate thing to have happened. Miss Mason said that it's a very bad thing, it's a very bad thing that had happened. Some students had made fun of Wanda Petronsky for her longer name. Unfortunate and sad both. She said that whatever had happened with Wanda, she was leaving school for that, so it was very unfortunate, unlucky, and sad. I want you all to think about it. She said to the students of room number 13 that you all have to think seriously whatever had happened with Wanda Petronsky. It's a very pity, it's a very sad, it's a very ashamed. The first period was a study period. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, and after the class teacher, then the first period started, and the first period was study period, and Maddie was preparing her lesson. She could not put her mind on her work, but she was much disturbed. She could not concentrate her mind towards studies. She had very sick feeling in bottom of her stomach, and in her stomach she was feeling very bad, because she was feeling herself guilty that if she had opposed Peggy, then Peggy would have stopped teaching Wanda, and Wanda Petronsky would not have left the school. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet. Now she was thinking that if she had not enjoyed the teaching of Wanda Petronsky by Peggy, then Wanda Petronsky would not have left the school, would not have left the Bogin Heights. But she had said nothing. But when Peggy used to make fun of Wanda by asking funny questions, she did not oppose that one. She did not react over that. She had stood by silently, and that was just as bad as what Peggy had done. And Peggy had made fun of Wanda Petronsky by asking funny questions, but Maddie also did not oppose that one. So she was feeling guilty for that. Worse, she was thinking that whatever had happened, that happened very worse. She was a coward. Coward means timid, therefore. She thought that she was fearing if she will oppose Peggy, her friendship will be broken. At least Peggy hadn't considered they were being mean, but she, Maddie, had thought they were doing wrong. Maddie was thinking that whatever Peggy was doing, that was wrong. But Peggy did not think that whatever she was doing, it was mean. Mean means very useless. She could put herself in Vanda's shoes. She could put herself in Vanda's shoes. And now she was thinking that if she had been in the place of Vanda, what would have happened? Goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? But it's fortunate that it did not happen. If only she could tell Vanda she hadn't mean to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy, but Peggy did not look up. And now Maddie was thinking that anyhow, if she will meet Vanda Petronsky, so she will express her feeling that she will try to improve everything whatever had happened. And with a great expectation, she looked towards the Peggy, but the Peggy did not look at the Maddie. She seemed to be studying hard. And what was Peggy doing? At that time, Peggy was studying her lessons. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, she, Maddie, had to do something. Not yet moved away. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her, and they would tell Vanda she had won the contest, that they thought she was smart and 100 dresses were beautiful. Now, Peggy was thinking bad or not, whatever had happened with Vanda Petronsky. But Maddie was thinking that she had to do something because she was feeling very bad. And she said to Peggy, we should climb to the Bogin Heights. It is a dirty surrounding place where family of the Vanda Petronsky was living. And she would tell Vanda and congratulate her for winning the contest, dresses contest. And they thought she was smart and 100 dresses were beautiful. Because both Peggy and Maddie were thinking that the 100 dresses which had been submitted by the Vanda Petronsky, they were really very smart and very beautiful. So they had come here to congratulate her for winning the dresses contest.